I'm coming home to make dinner, and I want to show you just kind of how I put together an easy dinner with Epicure, and kind of have you cook along with me. We are making Asian lettuce wraps tonight. So I am using the Epicure Asian kit. The two main spices I'm using out of it is the Asian stir fry and the sesame ginger dressing. And this is one of the kits that come with everything. It comes with recipe cards and all kinds of stuff to just let you know exactly how to put dinner together. We are making a vegan option tonight and a meat option because that's how we eat in this house. And so I'm gonna take you kind of through it, and you can just, have fun, ask me any questions. If you wanna know anything about the Epicure products themselves, pop a question below. If you want to know about the business, pop a question below. If you want to know about my new home and what we've been doing while we've been here in Collingwood, pop it below, and we'll get started, and I can take you along this little cooking journey with me. I'm gonna try and get through this quick because I want you guys to see how easy it is, how I kind of throw different dinners together. And so I'm just gonna kind of do what I'm doing, and I'd love to chit chat with you guys while I'm doing it because I'm usually doing this by myself. And so just looking forward to talking with you. And what I'm using first is I'm using our multi-purpose steamer, and I'm gonna make my rice in here. And this is actually one of the things that I first loved about the Epicure steamer. I'm just using some rice. I've got about just shy of 1 cup of, I think this is basmati rice. You can use whatever kind of rice. You can use quinoa, whatever, whole grain, wild rice, whatever. The heartier the rice, the longer it takes to cook. So this is not gonna take as long as a wild rice or whole grain, something like that, or brown rice. And all you add to it is 2 cups of water. So it's 1 part rice, 2 cups water. And I'm gonna pop this into my microwave for 7 minutes. Now, I think I'm gonna add a little bit of our vegetable broth. The kit actually comes with miso broth, but I'm out of it. So I'm just gonna take our vegetable broth, and I'm just gonna kind of sprinkle that in. I tend not to measure. Of course, everything that we have comes with the measuring recipes on it, and your recipe cards that come in the kits can tell you what to do. If you're one of those cooks that needs to have a recipe, then this is perfect for you. If you're one of the cooks like me that just likes to kind of throw things in, then it's perfect too, because you just get used to the taste that you like, and you kind of season it as you go. So I've got the vegetable broth in there. Now, this is where you could add things like mushrooms. I made a Mexican rice where I added mushrooms and a can of tomatoes. You can add, even if you have dried vegetables, you can add those in, coconut milk, whatever you like. But for this rice, it's gonna be 7 minutes. Then I let it sit for about 5 minutes, fluff it up, and maybe it needs another minute right before you serve it, but otherwise it's pretty good. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna chop some peppers and carrots, and I'm just gonna toss those. For Wes and I'm gonna cook ours, and those are gonna go in our lettuce wraps. And for the kids, they like these raw. So I'm gonna leave some raw and then cook ours, and they're just gonna put them in their tacos. The Asian kit, you get this sesame ginger salad dressing. And I will, of course, use that on salad, but I'll also use it for what I'm about to use it for today. So I'll just put the veggies in my Epicure wok, and then I will put in about 1 tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of the dressing that I've made, and that way it cooks the veggies and it kind of sears them in the oil, but it also seasons them at the same time. And it's perfect because if I have any leftover dressing at the end of the week or after a couple of weeks, then I can just toss it into a pan and make this sort of stir fry type of a dish. And this is going to be the topping on our lettuce wraps. So I would love you to let me know if you want to see more of this. If you want me just to pop on when I am making dinner and do it on my personal page, or any kind of fun recipes that I'm making, if you want to see here, I would love to, I would love to start doing this a little bit more. And I'm gonna add these in to my wok. And these are just gonna gently kind of saute while the rest is cooking. So once the rice is done, I can kind of put that aside and let it sit, and then I'm gonna pop in what I have here for the boys is just a pound of ground turkey. So what I'm going to do with this is, again, you can measure, I don't. I'm gonna add in about a tablespoon of our Asian stir-fry dressing and a little dash of soy sauce. And then again, you just pop that in the microwave. Now you can cook this over the stove if you like. I just tend not to because honestly, I just want it done fast. What's nice about this is there's no extra added oils or anything like that. You can do chunks of chicken in here. You can do veggies, you know, potatoes, anything. And I'm just gonna pop the lid on. And as soon as our rice is out and sitting aside, I'll pop this in. Generally in my microwave, it takes about 5 to 7 minutes, depending on how much I have in there. Watching, guys, I see a bunch of people watching. I'd love you to say hi. Let me know what you're doing for dinner. And so lately I've been sharing a lot about our Epic Life Challenge and our Good Food Real Results program, which is just a dietitian-based program that Epicure has put together. And, you know, it's really the way that I've always eaten. And so I would never promote, you know, it as a diet or things like that. But it's such a nice way to eat properly, eat balanced, and follow a simple meal plan. And one of the questions that I get asked a lot is, how do you get in as much greens as it says to, you know, eat on the plan? I get a lot of my extra greens by eating everything in a lettuce wrap. So I like the rice, so I want to keep my carbs kind of balanced. So I'll have the rice and my protein and my veggies, and I'll put it all in some lettuce wraps. And I like this little Boston lettuce, and the best way to do it so that A, you get a little bit more, and B, it doesn't actually fall through the lettuce, is you just layer it. So I usually do like 3 to 4 like this, and I make it a really, really hearty lettuce wrap, and then I can just jam a bunch of stuff into it. So that's kind of what we're doing. The kids are gonna eat theirs in taco shells. And actually, let me show you guys how the rice are done. It will need an extra minute. Okay, so that was 7 minutes, and it's a little bit wet still, but I am gonna let it sit because I'm just gonna let it sit. It might actually be perfect by the time everything else is done. So I'm gonna put it aside. And I'm gonna pop in the meat, and then I'm gonna start making our vegan kind of protein filling. So I'm gonna just try 5 minutes here again. Okay, so I'm gonna make my vegan filling. So what I'm doing is, I like the lentils, but Stella still likes to think she's eating meat. So what I'm gonna do is, I use a little bit of this Gardein soy meat. So I'm gonna do half and half. So I'm gonna do, I'm actually gonna make a big batch of it, and then I'm just gonna freeze it, and we'll have it for later. So I'm gonna put in, I'm gonna do about 2 cups of this to 1 can of lentils, and then I'm gonna do the exact same thing. The Asian stir fry, and a little bit of soy sauce, and then just fry it up. I'm gonna do a little bit of water if it needs it in there to make it a little bit saucier, but that's gonna be my vegan filling. So yeah, this is what I do, everybody. This is what I do every day. I make dinner and I just kind of share it in my group. But generally, if I wasn't talking and I was doing these steps, I would have this whole thing done in less than 15 minutes, this particular meal anyway. I know it'll probably take me a little bit longer now because I'm talking to you guys. Got my lentils in there. I am not fully vegan, but I really, really do enjoy eating that way. And so as much as I can, I will, always have a vegan option for stuff like this for sure. I'm gonna add a little bit of that in, and I'll add a little bit of my soy sauce, and it's fine. I could put a bit of lime into the mixture here if I wanted to, but I'm just probably gonna wait till the end. The kids like to make it fancy. They think it's very fancy if I put the lime wedges on the side, and then they can squeeze it on while they're eating it. And that's what I do. So I just get the lettuce, and then I put the rice in there, put the protein, a little bit of the veggies on top, and serve some lemon with it, and it's a perfectly balanced meal. And so that's one of the things that I've been sharing in my group lately. We're coming up to the new Epic Life Challenge, and it's all about just eating right, eating the right foods, eating healthy, not dieting, but just eating in a real way to fuel your body, getting all of the portions properly, placed out. And if you know how to do that and you have the right ingredients that don't have a lot of additives and fillers and sodium and things like that, then it makes healthy eating and staying in shape much easier. Now, I will say, yeah, so other people are definitely agreeing they got to slow down on the drinking. I do think that I'm always going to cook with a glass of wine, though. It's my time to enjoy the glass of wine. I tend to sip it slowly, partly because I'm usually doing a demo, so I'm always talking. So I don't drink, which is probably a good thing. There's usually a little bit left by the time I'm sitting down to eat. Honestly, I do enjoy a cocktail here and there. I'm not gonna lie. I love eating healthy. I feel like I'm one of those people that my food is always gonna be on point. I don't really have, I don't get cravings and stuff like that for real junk food. If I do, I just go, if I get cravings for fries, I'll just eat fries. It's not a big deal because it's not like I do it every day, but I definitely like to drink. So they're doing really nice. They're nice and getting nice and sauteed. They smell delicious. And let me check my meat. So, because essentially everything's done. I could just stand here and chit chat, but I want to show you what this looks like so that if you do this in your steamer, you know what to expect. So when you look at, when you cook the ground meat in your steamer, it sticks together, right? So it looks like it's just still in the same clump. So what I use is we have this great tool at Epicure. It's amazing to break up ground meat, especially if you're cooking in a pan, you know how it always sticks together. So it breaks it apart. So it actually makes it like super crumbly after. It's great for mashing potatoes. I make mashed potatoes in my steamer in less than 10 minutes. So I put I just cut up some potatoes in here, and I put it in the microwave for about 9 to 10 minutes. And then when I'm done, I can add in whatever I'm adding in. I usually use some cashew milk and a little bit of sea salt, and I just mash it up with this thing, and I got my mashed potatoes right in here. It's perfect. So here we go. That makes it all break up, and that's actually ready. So that was 5 minutes. And again, so if I was not chit-chatting with you guys and kind of pausing here and there, I would have my rice done in 7 minutes. By the time this is done, in 5 minutes, my rice would be fluffed up and ready, and everything on the stove would be cooked. And yeah, my rice is actually perfect now. So look at that. Isn't that great? And if you have any questions about Epicure, or you have any questions about, the business, and if you think, this might be fun and you want to join me, just ask me below. You don't have to private message me. I don't have anything to hide. And anyway, I would love to chat with you guys, and I am happy that you guys are watching and joining me. So bye for now, and let me know what you're having for dinner. Interested in feeding your family while you earn at home? Reach out to me and ask me how our Good Food movement is changing lives, not only with our products, but with our amazing business opportunity. I'd love to have you on our team. Find me at traceyvandervalk.epicure.com or on social at EpiHealthyCure.